Hello friends, this is Christopher Davis Shannon with Ukulele Magazine, and today I'm going to walk you through how to play a simple chord melody arrangement of the old standard April Showers. If you have the sheet already, I highly recommend that you walk through and just strum the chords and sing this song to familiarize yourself with the melody and the chord voicings that we'll be using throughout. Most of these chords will be familiar to you with just a few new chords to challenge you along the way. Our melody starts out on the 2nd fret of the C string, goes down to the 1st, and right back to that D on the 2nd fret. Now this will be coming in on beat 2, and this rhythmic motif comes again and again in this song. So I'm going to give you 4 beats and then 1 extra, and we're going to come in on beat 2 and just play that little rhythm on those 2 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're going to land on a Hawaiian D7, 2 open, and strum it twice. And then repeat that melody. But land on a G this time. And you'll note that I'm playing the G with this bar across the 2nd fret, leaving my G string open, and my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. I highly recommend you use this fingering here because it's going to set us up to grab one of the chords later much more easily. So let's look at the first little bit here and see how it sounds with that little melody line in here, and then just these 2 chords, Hawaiian D7 and G that you've played before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Land on the D, 1, 2, and strum for 1. Melody, G, 2, 3, 4, 1. Same melody. But we land on our bar chord D7 this time. 2, 2, 2, 3. You can of course do this with individual fingers if you would like, but I find this much easier. Then we repeat the melody again and land on this G, but put your pinky up on the 5th fret. And this is why we're using the bar, because this is much easier to reach than doing this. We end up with open, 2, 3, 5, which is really this shape with just the pinky added up top. So these first 2 licks in the song are really identical. We're just changing the chord that we land on each time. There are different variations of the D7th and the G chord. Starting at the top and seeing this first little bit, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Landing on D7th, strum, and melody. G with the bar, 2, 3, 4, 1. Repeat the melody. Land on the other D7th, 4, 1. Melody. Now this shape might take a little bit to get used to, but once you have it, it'll be under your fingers, and we're actually going to use the same shape later in the song for a different chord. Now our next melody again comes in on beat 2, but starts on the A string. We're going to walk up 2, 3, 5. And then play an E7th chord, 4, 4, 4, 5. This is the same as our D7th chord down here. We're just slid up to the 4th fret. So we get 2, 3, 4, and then pluck your C string. That's the note E, and it's already down for you in the chord. Then walk it down, 5, 3, 2, A minor. And this is our normal A minor that we always play. 2, open. We're going to add the pinky or the ring finger, whichever you like, on top for the 3rd fret because that's our melody note. So let's listen to that. Leading up to that E7, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Here's our E7th. Pluck the C string. Walk it down, 5, 3, 2. Land on that A minor. And again, we're coming on beat 2 with the melody. This rhythmic motif just continues throughout the song. Starting on the E string, open 2, 3. And then we're going to land on an A7th chord, but we're going to add the 2nd fret of our A string, give us an A9th chord. And I use a weird fingering for this. I actually use my pinky to grab this as opposed to my middle finger. And either is fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to have to reach our pinky up to get the 7th fret next. And the shape that we're going to land on is just that G chord we were using, slid up. So it's open, 4, 5, 7. So let's look at that A9 to A7th measure. You can figure this with the pinky, so the pinky always stays in contact with the A string, or use your middle finger and reach the pinky up, which can be really nice if you're on soprano, not terribly beneficial if you're on a larger instrument. So we get this A9 to A7th lick that sounds like this. then we're going to land on a D chord, 2, 2, 2, 5. It's the same as our D7th, we're just changing the melody note on the A string and walk it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, open. So I'm going to start on that last little phrase, starting on the open E. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Up to the 7th fret. And the D, walk it down. And then we're really back to the top of the tune. We have a little bit of repetition here. So we start with landing on our D7th. And this time we go to G. And now things change. We get E, and then the 3rd fret of our C string. This is a D sharp. And landing on regular old E7th chord. Repeat that same melody. Here's our A minor that we've already played before. So note, we're changing the melody to E to D sharp now, still coming in on beat 2 and still repeating itself over and over again. So let's hear that from getting into the E7. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. E7 and strum again. Same lick, E, D sharp. Landing on A minor, 2, 3, 4, 1. Same melody. And now use your first finger to grab this 2nd fret of the G string because we need our pinky to grab our melody here. This could be a little bit of a stretch. We go 5, 3, 5, 3, strumming on beat 1. And then we're coming to a C minor chord next. Open 3, 3, 3, but our melody note is 5. So we're going to have this A minor, C minor, open A. Use your bar chord G again here because we need to reach our pinky up to get that 5th fret. There's our A9 that we've already played. So let's try that last little lick, getting into the A minor here, where we have to reach up to the 5th fret. So we're coming in on beat 2 on an E. 2, 3, 4, 1. To C minor, open A, to that bar chord G, to A9. You can reach your pinky right around to grab that G on the 3rd fret. We go to A minor, and now you're only going to strum up to the E string on here. So we're going to land on the A string. See how my thumb is just anchoring? And we're just adding that ring finger on here to get that F sharp, giving us essentially what looks like our D7th chord. Reach down for that D on the 2nd fret of our C string. Strum the Hawaiian D7th, and then we just land on this G chord. So this final part, we get these partial strums, which is really giving us all 3 different ways of creating chord melody in a tune, which is putting the melody on top of the chord, like we were doing for most of the song, plucking individual notes, and then doing partial strums. So let's listen to the entire arrangement nice and slowly. hope you all have enjoyed this lesson. Remember to have fun with it and take your time going through the arrangement.